I always thought the opposite of being broke was being rich. It's not. The opposite of being broke is just being tired, and I was really, really tired. I was doing everything we're told to do. I had the job, the decent salary, the 40 hours, sometimes 50 a week. Every second Friday, the direct deposit would hit. I made about $68,000 a year. Over 4 years, that's $272,000 that passed through my hands. It felt like progress. I thought I was moving forward just because the numbers on the screen kept refreshing. But after 4 years of showing up every single day, I looked around and realized something confusing. I was standing in the exact same spot. I wasn't slipping backward, but I definitely wasn't getting anywhere near where I wanted to be. The weird thing about being stuck financially is that it doesn't look like a disaster. It looks like comfort. I didn't have massive, crushing debt from sports cars or wild vacations. It was much quieter than that. It was upgrading my phone because the battery was getting weak. It was ordering takeout after a stressful Tuesday because I justified it. I told myself, I work hard. I deserve a decent dinner. And I did, but that I earned this feeling was a trap. I started using my paycheck as a reward system just for surviving the week. I treated my bank account like a high score that reset to zero every single month. I didn't notice it at first, but my money wasn't building anything. It was just paying for the anesthesia to get me through the stress of making the money. But the real trap wasn't the spending. It was what I told myself afterward, and the longer you live like that, the heavier it gets. I got a raise eventually, a pretty good one. I thought, this is it. This is the breathing room. But somehow, the breathing room never came. My rent went up a bit, my grocery bill drifted higher, my tastes got slightly more expensive without me realizing it. I was making more, but my anxiety hadn't changed at all. I was still one bad month away from panic. The stress just started to sit right behind my ribs. It's a strange kind of exhaustion when you realize you are completely dependent on the very next paycheck just to maintain a life you're not even entirely thrilled with. You're running faster, but the treadmill just sped up to match you. It didn't hit me until a totally random Thursday. I was logging into my banking app to pay a water bill, and I decided, for no real reason, to look at my transaction history for the whole year, just scrolling. And scrolling. I looked at my savings balance. It was tiny, almost insulting. $1,400. I realized right then, looking at that glaring screen in my dark kitchen, that I had traded 4 years of my actual unrecoverable life, and I had nothing to show for it except a bunch of receipts, some decent furniture, and a tired brain. That was the quiet, brutal truth. I thought making money was the same thing as having money. It's really not. I was treating my income like a stream to drink from instead of a seed to plant. At least, that's what I thought working hard meant. You work, you earn, you spend, you repeat. I didn't understand that working hard only gets you the cash. What you do with it the second it hits your account, that's what buys back your time. I realized my money was always working for someone else. It worked for my landlord, the restaurants, the phone company, but I never asked it to work for me. It didn't feel like a mistake back then. It just felt like living. But I slowly understood that keeping money is a completely different skill than making it, and I was only good at one of those things. We spend so much time exhausted trying to earn a living that we never stop to realize we're just funding our own waiting room. You can work hard your entire life, but if you don't keep any of what you make, you're just paying for the privilege of staying exactly where you are.